All right, today we're going to talk about something really fascinating. One of the oldest and most powerful sounds known to humanity, the Gayatri Mantra. But here's the thing, we're not just going to look at it like some simple prayer. We're diving deep into the idea that this specific sound, this vibration, is actually something way, way bigger. So, get this. An ancient text, the Chandogya Upanishad, makes this absolutely mind-blowing claim. Gayatri is all that is. Let that sink in for a second. It's not just part of everything or a symbol of everything. It's saying the mantra is the universe, the whole shebang. And that immediately brings up a huge question, right? How can that possibly be true? I mean, how can a bunch of syllables, a sound you can chant, be the same thing as the totality of all existence? Well, let's try to unpack that. Okay, so our first stop is really getting our heads around this core idea. According to the ancient sages who worked with this, the Gayatri Mantra wasn't a prayer about the universe. They saw it as the sonic blueprint of the universe itself. You see, the whole concept is that this isn't a request you send out to some far-off god. Nope. It's believed to be the audible vibrational form of Brahman, that formless, ultimate, supreme consciousness. So chanting it isn't about asking for something. It's about directly experiencing the very essence of the divine. And this wasn't just some fringe belief. You look across different sacred texts, and they all describe it in the most profound terms imaginable. It's called the supreme reality itself, the ultimate goal of any spiritual journey, the very soul that lives inside every single one of us, and even the unified power of the main divine forces all rolled into one. Okay, so that's the huge cosmic philosophy. But how does that actually become a real personal experience? Well, according to these teachings, the answer lies in something they called the science of sattva. First, we gotta know this word, sattva guna. In Hindu philosophy, it's basically the quality of purity, balance, wisdom, goodness, light. Just think of it as a state of clear, clean, harmonious energy. And the entire process we're about to talk about depends on increasing this very quality inside of you. Now, this is where it gets really cool, because they lay out a whole mechanism. Think of it like tuning an old-school radio. First, chanting the mantra creates what they call a spiritual magnet in your mind. You're tuning yourself to a very specific frequency. Second, that magnet starts attracting similar energies, these pure sattvic thought currents that are floating around in the cosmos. Third, as all this pure energy flows in, it's like pouring clean water into a muddy glass. It just naturally pushes out the lower qualities like anger, greed, and ego. And finally, the end result is a complete inner overhaul, a process the texts call kayakalp, which literally means a total transformation of your entire being. And you can really see that shift here. It's a total flip from being driven by things like restlessness, confusion, and ego, to a state that's all about peace, contentment, and just clarity. We're talking about a fundamental rewrite of your inner operating system. So if your inner world is changing that dramatically, what does that actually look like on the outside? I mean, what are the tangible results? Because this isn't just about feeling a little different. It's described as a total rejuvenation that hits your body, your mind, and your soul. So let's start with the physical. The idea is that this inner harmony just kind of ripples outward. When you have more of that sattvic quality, your senses become more disciplined. You know, those unhealthy cravings start to fade, your habits get more balanced, and all of that naturally leads to better health and a longer life. Now, in the mind, the effects are even more direct. As those negative emotions get pushed out, positive virtues, things like compassion, a desire to serve others, and love, they just start to pop up naturally. And the result is this deep, stable inner peace that doesn't get rattled by every little thing that goes wrong in your day. And then, on the spiritual level, the texts use this beautiful metaphor. It's like brushing away a thick layer of ash to reveal the glowing, red-hot ember underneath. The soul, in this view, is already divine and incredibly powerful. It's just that its light is covered up by all these impurities. This practice is seen as the process of cleaning all that gunk away and letting the soul's true power finally shine through. And look, this is not just some dusty, ancient theory that nobody talks about anymore. The respect for this mantra has echoed down through centuries, and it's been championed by some of history's most important thinkers, both from the ancient world and the modern one. First up, you have the ancient sage Vishwamitra himself, the one who is said to have brought the mantra to the world. He basically says, look, in all of the foundational scriptures, the four Vedas, there's nothing that even comes close to this.
Now, let's jump forward thousands of years to Mahatma Gandhi. He didn't see it as some ancient relic. He saw it as a living, breathing force that had the power to solve the biggest problems of our modern world.
Then you have the 19th century mystic Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. He spoke about its incredible power, saying that by chanting it, you could actually attain siddhis, which are these profound spiritual abilities.
And his most famous student, Swami Vivekananda, the man who brought these ideas to the West, he put it simply. He said Gayatri is the one great divine intellect. So, after all that, after looking at the huge cosmic claims, the inner science, and the powerful voices that have backed it up for centuries, what's the bottom line? What's the core message in all of this? Well, the crucial point, the real secret sauce in all these teachings is this. The Gayatri Mantra isn't about asking some external force to give you power. It's presented as a key that's specifically designed to unlock the massive divine potential that's already lying dormant inside of you. And that really just leaves us with one final question to think about. If a key like that really did exist, and you could actually use it to unlock the deepest, wisest, most harmonious version of yourself, what would you do with all that awakened potential?